All right. Everybody knows that movies like to get IMAX screens for their release. Now, look, there's not a hell of a lot of IMAX screens. It doesn't take your movie from being a $50 million movie to being a $300 million movie. But it does move the needle. I mean, it is, a big thing. It is highly sought after. For example, when Sinners was playing, not all the movie theaters were packing out, but if you wanted to see Sinners in IMAX, you had to book your tickets like 3 weeks in advance at one point. It was crazy. And so movies are already long-term trying to line up their IMAX spots. And it looks like in the IMAX game of musical chairs, one significant movie may have found itself without a seat. And that's Spider-Man Brand New Day. As new reports have come out, and we're taking this one over from Comic Book Movie, says it appears Spider-Man Brand New Day will not have an IMAX release next summer. According to new information shared by IMAX, Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures' Spider-Man Brand New Day is not currently scheduled for an IMAX release. IMAX has shared a look ahead to the movies that will play on its giant-sized screens in 2026 and 2027, as well as confirming that Supergirl and Avengers Doomsday are getting IMAX releases next year. It's also been revealed that Man of Tomorrow, or Superman Man of Tomorrow, the Batman 2 and Avengers Secret Wars will similarly get the IMAX treatment in 2027. Spider-Man Brand New Day, however, has been left out in the cold. Set for release on July 31st, 2026, the movie is sandwiched between two IMAX releases. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which they practically made for IMAX, on July 17th, and Warner Brothers' new film, Flowervale Street, which has
Anne Hathaway,
and Ewan McGregor are in that. That they apparently also kind of shot for IMAX, is coming out on August 14th.
And Nolan's Paw Patrol the Dino movie, don't forget.
Never forget. Nolan's next movie is getting extended run on IMAX. Isn't surprising, but a month's exclusivity, it's happened before. All right, look. It seems to me absolutely, to quote Vincini, inconceivable that Spider-Man Brand New Day would not get an IMAX release. When you're talking about Supergirl's going to get one, Doomsday, Secret Wars, Spider-Man or Superman Man of Tomorrow, they're all getting it. Now, nobody questions at all, of course, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Well, Christopher Nolan has become Mr. IMAX. So that's understandable too. The very fact that Flowervale Street has kind of been made for IMAX, that kind of ensures its spot. But Flowervale Street doesn't come out till August 14th.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 weeks after Spider-Man's been out. Why could Spider-Man not get it? Well, it's like they said, it looks like The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan may have inked a 1 month full run in your IMAX screens.
That's crazy. A month?
1 month full run.
Yeah.
And right now, if you're
they've already sold tickets for it.
That they've already sold out. A year in advance, they have sold out their first weekends of screenings on IMAX. As inconceivable as it is that Spider-Man not getting an IMAX release, I have to admit that if I'm IMAX and Christopher Nolan says, hey, what's up? I got my newest movie coming. It's going to be this grand fantasy epic based on the classic tales. It's going to be The Odyssey. I have arguably one of the top 10 greatest casts ever assembled for a movie. And I want to put it on IMAX. And I'm shooting it with IMAX. I want a full month. Now remember, this isn't John Campea saying it. This is some, bum hump nobody. This is Christopher Nolan.
Bum hump?
This is Christopher Nolan. If I'm the guy at IMAX, I'm sorry. But the answer is, yes, Mr. Nolan, sir. Would you like 6 weeks? Would you like 9 weeks? Whatever you want, Mr. That's exactly what IMAX is going to say to him.
I mean,
and rightfully so.
And rightfully so.
Do you think this has something to do with Barbenheimer and sharing screens and not wanting to this time around?
No, I really don't. I just think, and look, if I'm Sony and Marvel, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not losing much sleep over it.
No.
I'm seeing it in Dolby anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of people like
I'm going
myself
to Dolby.
that if I go to the theater on July 31st and I've got an IMAX screen to see Spider-Man, or I've got a Dolby theater to see
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I love IMAX. Love it. But if I'm going to a theater that happens to have a Dolby cinema in it, I'm going to try to get my tickets to the
Yeah, I
Dolby
mean,
cinema.
even my local Harkins with their Cine XL thing.
Oh, and,
I mean,
AMC has the XL theater as well.
yeah,
which is
and that's where I would,
just
I would
below
go.
IMAX.
and what does Galaxy have? Galaxy has like DFX. I think that's what their
RPX.
RPX,
no, it's they have this thing
There's
called
D-Box.
DF. Ann and I just went to go see. What did we go see? We went to go see Frankenstein, and they had it in like their DFX or something screen, and like I've never heard of that. It was basically an AMC Prime. It was the motorized leather recliner, the Dolby Atmos system, the Dolby Dual Laser. So it was exactly like an AMC Prime, but it was their version of it. And it was chef's kiss. It was a great viewing experience. It was my first time ever in a Galaxy theater, and I had a great time at it. So anyway, so back to you, Rob. Again, what do you think about this and Spider-Man not getting a spot?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal because listen, C-Note, he planned ahead. And he's making a movie. That guy is IMAX. He is the king of IMAX, and C-Note knows what's up. He made his plans early in the game. Sony did not. So you snooze, you lose. And if you're going up against Christopher Nolan, you got to know what's going to happen. And it makes sense to me that he blocked out a whole month. That's what he wants. That's his whole thing. I mean, and I like to see both him and James Cameron IMAX 3D. For these Avatar movies, the greatest 3D ever done. So, when you've got these two directors who, by the way, have been supporting this format almost from the beginning. I mean, Christopher Nolan with The Dark Knight was one of the first people that pioneered different aspect ratios.
Yeah.
So he's been, what was that? Dark Knight was 2009? When was that?
Oh
that was
God,
about
was it
there.
that long ago?
But dude, we're talking, 16 years? C-Note was going all the way back to IMAX then.
Yeah.
Supporting them. So it's like you're not going to get past. And by the way, seeing Spider-Man
2008.
2008. Okay, there you go. So 17 years. You go back and God, that long. He deserves it. He's the guy. He's the guy, and I don't have a problem, unless Spider-Man was entirely shot for IMAX, which I don't believe it has been. Whereas they entirely shot Odyssey with IMAX cameras, the whole movie. So I mean, they've designed new
All
cameras
right,
for him.
let me throw this out there. Let me ask this. Okay, so you're Sony now, and you're in the executive offices at Sony, and you're understanding now that we don't get an IMAX release. Do you consider moving your release date for Spider-Man Brand New Day to get IMAX, or is the release date itself more valuable than getting IMAX screens? What do you do?
I think the release date's more valuable because you're in the middle
agree.
You're in the middle of summer. But also, you know what you can do? Since you don't have IMAX screens, lean into the other.
Yeah.
Go for those Dolby. Go for the Cine XL.
Right.
Make sure that you're going to get the most premium of the premium formats that aren't IMAX.
Oh, this is going to be like in what's the one at Regal that moves? The seats move.
Oh, the 40X?
yeah,
40X.
because Odyssey probably won't be, but Spider-Man would be.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw at the Irvine Spectrum that has an incredible IMAX screen. They also have the RPX. I saw Black Phone 2 in that, and that's another great presentation. So I would lean into those
Something
screens.
to keep in mind too, because I was looking at the calendar, and there is a Walt Disney Pictures Untitled release 1 week after Spider-Man, and then another one 2 weeks after Spider-Man. So maybe in that third week, maybe there's something with Walt Disney that is coming through that would be the fourth week run for Odyssey.
Here's the thing
Right.
too. I think this is what it comes down to. If I'm Sony and trying to say, well, how important is it for us to get IMAX? I know several people that if when Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out, if they have the choice to see it in IMAX, they're going to choose to see it in IMAX. However, none of those people are not going to go see Spider-Man if it's not in IMAX.
Right.
Like, I don't know a single person that is like, oh, I can't wait for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, but it's not on an IMAX screen, so I don't think I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, no.
I don't know a single person on the planet that would do that. I'm sure maybe somebody would. But if people want to see Spider-Man, they're going to go see Spider-Man whether it's an IMAX or not. And therefore, I don't think Sony moves or doesn't. Now, look, maybe Sony will be able to swing a deal to get like one weekend or maybe to get a 4-day stretch or something like that. But
Could do a midweek. I bet you they could
some
make a
midweek
deal
thing,
for
maybe.
midweek.
Swing a deal with, but at this point, they'd have to make a deal with Christopher Nolan to get it. But
Yeah.
I just don't think it's important.
What I'm thinking though is slim chance. I get it, but seats aren't really selling that well by week 2.
Well, yeah,
or
that'd be the
into
only.
week 3, and it's like under half sold. Does IMAX say? Is there something in the deal where it's like if you're not within this percentage of sales that we can move times?
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
again, like, to your point, that whole conversation's moot.
Yeah.
Does anybody think IMAX screens for the Odyssey when it comes out are not still going to be sold out?
There's
on
going to be
week
repeat.
two?
Look what
viewers.
happened with Sinners.
Yeah.
I mean, Sinners, you had to
couldn't
book
get-
it weeks in advance.
Yeah, you had to get and the C Note knows what's up.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Apparently, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which will be huge, but it won't be counting IMAX money towards its coffers. Again, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, but is it a big deal to you? A lot of people are talking as if it is. What do you think ultimately will happen? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.